Doing a tutorial on WeVideo. WeVideo is a really great program for creating either picture montages or videos or combining different things. And it's all stored online, so it's really nice. Any device can access it, and you can access your projects or your work anywhere as well. So this is just the WeVideo homepage. Got some information on here. I've already logged in. One really great thing about WeVideo is you can log in with a Google account. I love any time that there's one less password or item that I need to remember. So I'm going to go, I've already gone through the login process. So this is called the dashboard for WeVideo. Once you log in, this is where you end up. I am using a free version right now. That's what you're looking at. So over here on the left, they kind of talk about what I have available to me with this free version. They do give you 2 GB of storage, which is a fair amount, but if you're creating videos each month, you're probably going to have to do some media control where you're deleting old items that you're not using anymore. Through the free account, you can publish 5 minutes of video a month. So you can see here it says export time resets April 1st. So every month, if you're only creating 1 video, maybe 2 videos, you would have enough time for that. Otherwise, if you want more time, you can upgrade to one of their paid versions, and you can have more access to different amounts of time for publishing. So to start a project, I'm going to go ahead and create this create new. This is going to take you to the editing scene. This is how it always looks when you first log in. There's basically 3 different sections to this workplace. This first one right here is always going to be your media. You can see I have 1 picture uploaded so far. I'm going to show you how to upload more in a little bit. To the right, this is kind of your preview screen, so it's showing what's going on in your video so far. And down here at the bottom is your workspace, and this is where you will actually be adding in photos and changing your audio and kind of working through to make your project. The first thing I want to show you is this menu up here to the left. It's kind of that hamburger button, sometimes it's called. Those 3 lines in a row. Looks like a hamburger in the bun. Okay. In here is where you can do some basic edits, making copies, saving. It does automatically save, not instantly, but typically as you're working on it, it will save throughout, which is really nice. Because if something goes wrong, you can still get your project back. But the 2 things I want to show is the storyboard mode and timeline mode. These are really important because when you first come into the project, you'll see down here, all you see is your visual. And this is called storyboard because you're seeing exactly what's going on. Well, when I work on my projects, I prefer the timeline mode, so that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to click timeline mode. And you'll see this has changed now. Instead of just seeing what's on the screen, I have video 1, video 2, and audio. There's a scroll bar right here, and it's actually already taken out that title screen that was initially in there. I like timeline mode because it allows me to adapt things better. I can see what length of time there is. You can zoom in and out of this timeline mode. That helps you with just your planning for the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to upload some media. So my media's folder, it's already showing right here. There's the upload, there's the record, and then there's an audio. So I'm going to use the upload button. I'm just going to be using some pictures I took on a vacation this summer of my brother's dog. It's really great. There's many options for getting media to your WeVideo. I think that's the strongest thing about WeVideo is it's connected to so many third-party apps that no matter where you're storing information or where you want to publish information, it's going to be easy to access. So they have a drag and drop media here, browse to select. You can import from your Google Drive, Facebook, etc. So I'm going to pull up and I'm just going to kind of drop in some photos of this really cute dog. And we'll keep, oops, I want to add more than that though. So these are, and I'm doing these photos just because I always like to protect my students' identity, so I never use photos of them as we're working on it. Oops, so I did that one wrong, sorry. Just trying to get a couple pictures in here. What I did is I dragged a photo instead of uploading it, and it just took me to that one. So let me get a couple more good pictures. Okay, so 4 should be enough. So this is my brother's dog, Bauer. He's adorable and very fun to play with. So if I wanted these pictures, all I'd have to do, I've already uploaded them, so I can actually just start dragging them down here into my video. You can see this is kind of the scroll bar, and I can adjust how long do I want that photo showing for, and the little time shows up and it tells me. So maybe I want, let's say, right around 7 seconds of picture. And then we'll pull them down here, and I can make all of them the same by using that time kind of that shows up, so I know right around 7 seconds. Oops, I got 2 of the same video. Alright, so now we see here the same picture. So I don't want 2 of the same picture. So if I put something and I want to take it out, I click it and drag, and it says drop media here to delete from timeline, but it does not take it away from your media. So that was a nice little mistake, so I could show you how to handle that. So I'm just going to add these pictures in real quick. Editing all of them. And last one. Okay, so I have the pictures in, so if I click at the beginning and then I use my preview screen, okay, how does this look so far? Do I like the way the pictures are showing up there? So I click the play, and this is, you know, it's real live motion. Now, WeVideo does say the quality of the pictures and videos will always be better when you publish it. So oftentimes I have uploaded some videos, I see it more, where in the preview screen here it's not very good quality, but when I publish it, it does become better. But this is actually, these photos are looking pretty good right now, very clear. So I like it. So what are some other things I want to do with this? Well, I definitely want to add some audio. You can upload audio just as we did with the pictures, where you can drag and drop it in, or if you look kind of, there's a couple different toolbars here, but this one was just the little images. So we are underneath the media image. There's also a graphics. So if I needed to add some backgrounds, especially if you're using pictures, I could add in backgrounds. I'm not going to do that at this time, but that it is there. There are ones you can use. They've got solids, overlays, frames. So if I wanted to look at my frames here, so I could add in pictures that way as well. The next one is the transitions. So this is where you can kind of preview what your transitions are. I'm going to add some transitions to these pictures in a little bit. Then we have the audio. This is free music, sound effects, and then they have the premium music, which we are under a paid account, so we can't use that one right now. But they do have free music, and they do have sound effects that are able to use. And then they have their text. That's our last option. This is where we could add like a little intro and exits, subtitles, etc. So I'm going to focus on the music first. I like kind of like this idea of sound effects. Let's see if they have a dog sound effect on here. Dog growling and attack. Well, my dog's not an angry one. Dog drinking, that might be a good one. Ooh, some barking. Let's see, what does this one sound like? So if I click on it and I can just hit play, this will so hopefully you can hear that. So that just gives me a little preview of what it sounds like. There's a dog drinking one. So there's lots of little sound effects in there. I think I'm going to try to look for maybe, let's do a music background instead. What do we want for music? Let's do a discovery. That sounds like something that might go well with the dog. Alright, good enough for me. So I like this discovery, so all I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drag it down and I'm going to add it to my audio line. Again, this is why I really like the timeline, because you can work with all these different medias at the same time. But notice how my audio is much longer than my pictures are. Well, that's going to change a little bit because we're going to add some transitions, but I'll be able to edit this audio to make it fit. So now I'm going to click on my transitions tab, and we can do, there's lots of different transitions if we want. Let's just pick, I'm going to do 3D tile vertical. That looks kind of cool. So I clicked that transition. I'm actually just dragging it down. I can put it right between my pictures. Let's go ahead and let's say we're just going to put it between each one. And we'll put one at the end so it transitions out. So now I'm going to go back to the beginning of my video, and I'm going to have you look up here to the right, and then we're going to see what this preview looks like. So I can hear my music. That picture is going. We're going to see our first transition. Ooh, that worked out really well. I like that transition. last picture. Alright, so the last thing maybe we should do is maybe we should add some text, maybe an intro, so people know what this video is about. So I'm under my little text tab up here at the top, and I'm just going to use this first one, and I'm going to put it right away at the beginning, and this little option, trim to fit and insert and push. Because I'm adding something to the beginning of the video instead of later, it's not sure how I want to handle it. Am I covering up what's there? I actually want to insert it and push everything back. So I'm going to do an insert and push. It comes up just with some sample text, so I'm going to double click on it, and then it brings up this editing area. So I'm going to call this a day with Bauer. This is the dog's name. In here you can edit the text the way it looks, so maybe we'll go with a little more exciting, and then let's change my font color, let's say orange. Okay, a day with Bauer, so it automatically does that black background. I can edit the size of my text right here, just with the scrolls. I can make it bigger, the spacing, positioning, etc. I'm going to leave it as it is, just make it bigger, so I'm going to click the done editing. And then I notice here, looking at my timeline, I might want to transition between that text and that first picture. So I'm going to go back to my transitions. I'm going to find that same one I used and just put it down in there. And then let's see what our video looks like now, except this is where I'm going to edit my music. Because if I try to publish this, I only have the pictures for the first, it looks like 36, 37 seconds, but my music is going on for over a minute and a half. So I don't want that much music. So I'm going to click on my audio and see how it's highlighted in orange. This then becomes the one that I'm working with. I can go over here to the side, and I want to click on Open Track Settings, and then they have some different, so if you lock, you don't want to edit. Well, I want to show, actually, hide levels is the one I was looking for. So my levels are already showing. And what they mean by levels is this blue line with these little dots. So that's showing that that music's playing at the full height. So if I click on this blue line, see how that little dot showed up there? Okay, this is where I can now edit the music, what my volume is. Because I don't like to just end music, so what I want to do is I'm going to have my music slowly start getting quieter kind of through that last picture, so when I cut it, it fizzles off into the end. I can drag this one down, but then what I'm going to do is I'm still clicked on the orange. I'm just going to drag this kind of flag, I guess you would call it, right there to the end, and then on that flag there's a pair of scissors. So this is a cut or split the clipped section. It's important that you know where your orange is because that's the one you're going to split. So if I click those scissors, what it's done, and move this out of the way, is that now I have two different pieces here. So I can go ahead and delete this second piece, and now this first music, and now I went a little bit past my last picture, but then it can kind of phase out. And then I'm going to play my video, and we'll be able to see what would it actually look like when I publish. Oh, listen to that. Faded out perfectly. Okay, so I'm done creating my video, so this would be the time when I go ahead and publish it. You see this watermark in your preview screen. With the free version, that watermark does stay there. When you upgrade or if you buy more time, that watermark does go away. The really great thing about publishing from WeVideo is that you can, it instantly, as it's publishing, it can go straight to YouTube, it can go straight to your Vimeo, you can download it straight to your computer or right to your Dropbox. Again, those third-party apps are very well connected into WeVideo. It makes it very efficient. I'm not going to publish this one just because I want to save that publishing time, but to finish the video, you just click on the finish here, You could change your title of your video, A Day with Power, and then it would walk you through the steps of where do you want to publish it. You might have to log into your YouTube account, but it's pretty basic from there. WeVideo is really great for creating videos in the class. I've used it to make music videos. I've used it to make some of these tutorials. I've made lesson videos from it. You really can use it in a multitude of different ways. You could use it straight just for podcasting. You don't even have to add images and pictures if you didn't want to. So it could be a really great interface for editing audio, text. You can cut and clip and move and copy, all those really great tools. So I highly recommend WeVideo. I hope this helps you learn a little bit about it, and let me know if you give it a try. Thanks.